Hey guys, it's the Evolutionary Change Coach, and I'm here to actually help you guys because I'm in the process of doing it as well. I've been on the journey of changing and healing and all of the above for a very long time, and change is coming. And a lot of changes have happened for me. A lot of things have went down, went up, things of that nature. But I'm here to help you get to where you want to be in your life. Help you. Let's do it together. Because why shouldn't we? It's not when you are on a journey or when you just genuinely want to change certain aspects of your life or just heal certain parts of yourself to just be happier, more peaceful, just a whole lot of other things will start to flourish for you. A whole lot of other great things will happen for you. And I am looking for, honestly, about 5 people to just, you don't even have to really sign up right away. You don't. I have virtual classes for you, private sessions, things of that nature. But this is simply an actual series that I am going to be starting and that I'm going to be doing. So every week, there's going to be something that we are going to work on, that I am going to post a video every single week. And every day of the course of that week that corresponds with that topic or, that aspect of what we're going to work on. Now, I just want to just genuinely help people. That's something that I've always been, that I've always done. I've always just been, the good friend, the strong friend, the strong, supportive, girlfriend, co-parenter, the whole nine. And I'm, but I've also, it's so weird where it's like, I've known so many people. I've been in so many different eras, so many different areas of the city, due to work. I've met so many different people, come across so many different souls, things of that nature. And I know so many people, but I'm really a loner type of person. And that is just to find my tribe of people, that really, really actually resonate with me, what I actually want to come into fruition with, what I want my future to look like. And that's not even to say on a business term, that's friends, all of that nature. When I tell y'all, as of, the past few years, even the past few months, a lot of things have changed and transpired for me to the point where I literally, I really don't talk to nobody. I don't really conversate with pretty much anybody. If it's not networking, if it's not positive, I don't really look into too much unless it's positive, or if I'm genuinely looking to support someone else, or just network with other people. I literally am only around my children besides my boyfriend. Other than that, it's just me. And I'm always by myself outside of that. However, and I'm so comfortable with that. Because like I said, yes, there's lots of people that grew up with me where they've seen me in, different friend groups and things of that nature. But I've always been the loner of the group. I've always been a person I've always just been different and unique, and I've always just stood out. And a lot of times, you're the one that always does either gets overlooked, or you're constantly being targeted, you're constantly being bullied, and please don't, please don't come from a family of people that does the same exact thing, because then you build a tolerance to that. You automatically shut down in a lot of situations where you just kind of let people go, or you really just don't really say much to just save the peace and just always be the bigger person. Because sometimes when you're a person, when most of us quiet people that really don't get into too much actually could take it there, but we actually purposely don't take it there unless we really really have to. And then even with that, it's still like I'll just I have bigger. For me, I've always had a goal to be bigger or do something more than what I've been taught, or just in general. And I've always led or left the situation or anything with positive energy, and with no hate in my heart, no hatred, no none of that, because I was never in that energy when I was around this person, or working at this job or anything of that nature. So I don't have nothing to hold a grudge against. I don't want to wish nothing bad on anybody just because they've hurt me, or done things to me that even now I still don't really speak on too much. However, a part of healing is actually talking about your trauma, and actually talking about those very very difficult and uncomfortable things. And I want you to know, when you want to change or just do better and just actually heal, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be all love and light all the time. It's going to be crying. It's going to be anger. It's going to be, you're going to be embarrassed. You're going to feel ashamed. You're going to be scared. You're going to have so many different emotions, and you're going to automatically kind of like self-isolate on your own anyway, because you're going to naturally have so many different emotions and things going on, and it's going to be topics and parts of your life that you are not going to want to talk about, and that you are not going to want to face those pains or those feelings. You're not going to want to bring them up. You're not going to want to feel them, because if you're like me, you have a switch where you just kind of you just cut it off and you put it in the back of your mind, right? But it's still there. It gives you literally walking PTSD. And not only does it give you PTSD, it gives you it actually sorry, it makes you put up so many different defense mechanisms to protect yourself, and you really don't want to unlock them and put so many of them down because you don't want to make the same mistakes after you have continued to heal. If you are tired of, repeating the same cycles, meeting the same people, having the same outcomes over and over and over again, and, winding up being left like, what the fuck? Here we are again. Yes, I'm honest. It's not gonna be all, you know, no cussing and all that stuff, because we gonna take it there. We're gonna dig deep. And when I mean dig deep, I need you to be consistent. That means just because it's hard, you cannot stop. Don't give up, because that is what people that don't want to support you during this journey, because that is going to be, I'm going to actually talk about a lot of those things in the very first episode that I'm going to put out, because that is week 1. What I would want you to work on first is your goal. What is your goal? What is your goal plan? What do you want out of this experience? Or what do you want out of life in general? And that's just a genuine that's going to be a question that I'm going to ask you, period. Whether we're having a group session and it's the first day, that is the first start to anything. You got to have a goal. Even if it's a short-term goal, you got to have a goal. You got to have a bigger picture. When you have a bigger picture, you're going to be able to focus on that bigger goal. That's what you're going to focus on, because that's going to be your main target. That's going to be your target. But once you figure that out, then you do small term goals to get you to the target goal. Like I said, it's not going to be easy. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Like I said, yes, every week we're going to be doing a different topic. Some topics are going to be longer than just a full 7 days, because it's going to depend on how you feel, the feelings that you're having, the thoughts that you're having. Everybody's journey is going to be different. That's a whole nother thing. Just because something works out for one person, that does not mean it's going to work out for you the same way. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's goals is going to be different. Everybody's plan is going to be different. Everybody's path is different. Mine, just because my plan might not be the same as yours. But that does not mean that I don't want you to succeed. I want you to succeed, whatever that goal is. As long as you are working towards something that's going to be positive and bring peace and, harmony and balance to your life. And I even want teenagers, children, the whole 9, because it starts at home. A lot of us were not taught about feelings, what narcissistic behaviors are, what it's like having narcissistic parents, what it's like to, be surrounded by or be raised in certain households, and how all of those things actually affect us. We're not taught all those things. Some of us have been. And it works out. And then even with that, sometimes we have seen, and even if you haven't, please believe me, they are out here, the most put together person that has had, a beautiful family life and all these other things, that when they go to therapy or when they go to a life coach, mentor, anything of that nature, there are going to be things from your childhood or, stemming from your parents that trigger, and that is the reason for why you are who you are now, or why you are where you are now, why you are the person you are right now, why you go through the feelings that you have, the emotions that you have, why you make the type of friends that you make, why you date or marry the people that you date and marry, why you work at the places that you work. A lot of those things we never actually fully understand just how much your parents and your family structure, even, past generations, all those things, we never understand or realize just how much that impacts us now, in the now, and even not in the, literally in the now. You are doing the work now for a better future, for not only yourself but for your kids, their children. You're creating generational balance for the future generations to come, because the ones that we got out here, not sorry, but a lot of the ones that we have out here right now is not that great. However, that's also a number one problem. Granted, yes, there's always been, crime. There's always been teenagers and children doing, just genuinely bad children and, people, right? However, there used to be way more mentors and way more people that were involved, or at least given advice to be or do something better than what they're doing. Even, we have so much things and feelings and so many situations and experiences that really shape us. And a lot of times, our own parents don't even actually fully know who you are. Some of them do, but they really don't know. Like, outside of the home, they don't really know. They're just guessing, or just going off of how they want your life to be, or what they, see for you. And even for me, where, obviously almost 85% of us were not, how can I say, we're not actually genuinely made, if that makes any sense. Like, I know that I'm not saying it right. I realize that there is an actual term for what I'm saying. However, I can't think of it at this current moment, but I know it's going to come up in future videos or whatever the case may be. However, what I'm saying is 85% of us were not actually physically planned out, right? So many of our parents, but growing up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, not all of our parents, but a lot of them were definitely, has some type of addiction to something. And majority of us was around a lot of that, seeing a lot of things that we were not supposed to see, And I don't like how there's so many judgmental people out here that feel as though they can tear down and judge and critique someone else when a lot of their a lot of how they wasn't even right. Like I said, 85% of us, we were seeing things and subjected to a lot of things, and a lot of us should have actually been taken from our parents and wasn't. So for a lot of y'all to do what y'all do to a lot of people on social media in general is crazy. That's all I wanted. That is another thing that I want to say. We have so many angry, hurt, and misguided and miserable people that really don't want to do the work. I understand. Listen, as a person that has actually been been doing the work to heal and grow and learn, that's a continuous thing. It never stops. That's another thing. If you are going to enter into a session with me, in any way, shape, or form, this class, actually watch this series and actually apply it to your life and to your situation. I need you to be consistent, because let me tell you, especially if we private and we, or if we're doing in person, please help. I'm really going to tell you that I am one of the nicest and empathetic and patient people that you will probably meet. I'm super empathetic. I have an infinite amount of sympathy and love and light. But please, I'm when I mean business, I mean business. And I'm also 1,000% real and honest, and I read between the lines. So I want you to know there's going to be some things that I'm going to say to you that you will not like. But I need you to understand that it's because I want you to change it. Those are the things that you need to change. Those are the things that you should want to change. That is me being and doing my job. That is me, doing the purpose, fulfilling the purpose, and the goal for you is to tell you those things. And I'm not going to sugarcoat them, because sugarcoating is just putting a band-aid on a wound that you keep opening, and you keep doing it to yourself. And then at that point, that means that you want that to continue. You don't want change. And that is not who I want to work with. I don't want to work with people who have the victim mentality and don't see no error, no wrongs in themselves, and in the things that they do. Because please believe me, not everybody is right. Even me, I'm wrong, and I take full accountability when I am wrong. I'm not gonna, not to toot my own horn or anything, but when I say certain things, though, I'm almost 95% right. So, yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. People also, yes, like I said, I'm also going to tell you one other thing. Sometimes, you get to a position, or even just in general, like, you coming to me or booking with me, whatever the case may be, you may hear some things about me. And I'm going to tell you, some of them, now, if we're healing, so I'm going to be fully transparent with you. There is nothing that I won't leave. I will not leave a stone unturned. And I've never left one unturned, even outside of this. So please believe me. If anybody say anything about me, you hear anything about me, you could believe it. That's your prerogative. Because it can be real. And sometimes, I just might do it. I just might. So, but that's neither here nor there. So the evolutionary change coach. I'm here, baby. So, start signing up. Start signing up and getting in and getting with your girl, because I promise you're going to see changes. And you're going to be very happy with the changes that you see and with the changes that come. Like I said, they're not going to happen overnight. It's going to be hard, especially when we get into the point of evaluating your circles, evaluating your friends, your family, those things. Because there's going to be a point when you're going to have to you're going to have to cut people off. Distance yourself from people. And a lot of times they're going to be the closest people to you. Now, that's not for everybody, but it's for the people that it resonates with. I'll just say that. So, yeah, get with your girl. Get with your girl. Okay? Because I'm going to be dropping so many gems, tips, tricks, getting you on a path that, like I said, it's not going to be easy. And it's never going to stop. So that's a whole, it's never going to stop. Never. So you're going to continue to keep healing, growing. You're supposed to grow in life. You are supposed to grow in life. Just because you age, that does not mean that you grow. Especially if you're leaving different situations and you're still having the same outcomes. That means you're not changing. You're not even looking at what can be wrong. What's making me do this? You know what I'm saying? Why do I continue to attract this type of job, this type of person, these type of friends? And why do I have to continue in certain situations? A lot of times it's a lesson you have to learn. And if you're a lot like myself, where you have a extremely big heart, and you have people pleasing tendencies, and a few other things going on, you are going to have a lot of conflict And you are going to, and especially if you are if you are a spiritualist, or you have your own gifts and things of that nature, whereas I'm an empath. So I pick up on any and everything. I'm a natural born reader. I'm going to pick up on any and everything. So yeah, like, when I tell you it runs deep, I can fully feel someone else's pain, and I might not have ever even experienced that, but I would know how I would feel if I were to experience it. So, if you're like that, you have a hard time. You have a hard time out here. You've had a very, very hard time. You've probably had 1,000 friends at one point, and if you actually haven't really evaluated your circle yet, or had had the courage to actually leave those friends alone, 9 times out of 10, you were staying around those people knowing that they either didn't like you, they stole from you, or they did 1,001 things. If they didn't do it in your face, they definitely did it behind your back. And it's things that that you don't even speak to them about the fact that because you want to keep the peace. Or if you were one of those people that constantly fought because of that, there you go. Or you've gotten into situations because you were, too loyal to people, and you were the one that was compromised, but you actually never spoke on it. Yeah, those you when I tell you that you're gonna really benefit a lot more than you think from even a private session with me, I promise you will. When I fully like, I'm telling you, especially or if you've been through, the numerous relationships, where people steal from you, they envy you, they don't necessarily, like, they like you, but they don't like you. They only see the benefit for themselves. You tend to attract users, abusers, manipulators, and narcissistic people. Or you're just attracting more unhealed people. And you're also prone to trauma bonding. So that's also a thing too. That is a very, very hard topic that we're going to get into. We're definitely going to get into trauma bonding, triggers, and the triggers, that can happen at any given time. And you won't even know all your triggers until you actually might be sitting around someone that is actually triggering you or mirroring the very things that you have either healed from, or you actually turned a blind eye to. That now you see fully and you see clearly. And if you have anxiety, OCD, little nervous tics, little things that you do that you probably stopped doing at one point and now you're doing it again, yeah, that's a sign that person isn't actually in the best nature for you. Now, I'm not going to say that those types of situations can't be fixed, because they can be fixed, but it can only be fixed if the other person wants to work through their problems with you. Or they don't even really have to do it with you. They can do it on, have their own journey in their own, and find the help that they need for themselves. However, you have to understand that, yes, that we attract those type of people. When you are labeled as the black sheep of the family, the rebel of the family, the one that everybody blames everything on, or, that everybody intentionally leaves out, you're prone to cycles like that. And you are 9 times out of 10 past level 1,000 on being independent, because you have already realized that ain't nobody coming to save you, and only you can worry about you. Only you can depend on you. You don't have nobody else to depend on but you. So that's how hard it's going to get. If you haven't already, started seeing, or if you haven't already started a healing journey or a healing process, and, you haven't already stopped looking at people as your mom, your dad, uncle, aunt, cousin, all that, hell, even your boyfriend, your best friend, your friend, as just, you're looking at them as a regular woman, man, this, that, because that's what happens when the lines get crossed. So many people, they use their titles or their authority because of that, they will use that. It's the same thing with, when you actually talk about, the government and, police, FBI, those types of things, where you have people that abuse their authority. They abuse that higher title because the title adds the authority. But when you take that away, and then you realize, just like, you're just a regular woman, man, child, teenager, you're just a regular, just like me, and more of an equal. And then a lot of times you're not even equal with them. That's a whole nother thing. You can be a lot older than the older people in your family. And that too will have you looking at them crazy. Like, wait a minute, you were supposed to teach me this or that, and you didn't, and I'm teaching you. Or I'm actually, looking at you crazy because the way you're acting is actually very childish. When the roles should be reversed, if you would think, right? Because we would be thinking that, I've never been this age before. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how this go, that go. However, if you are a person, if you were a natural born loner, but you just so happen to get along with a little bit of any and everybody, but you are still kind of just you. And you have, just honestly, you have your own way of thinking, dressing. You don't want to, if you're genuinely, not going by the trends and following the masses, all of that stuff, you automatically is getting targeted. Automatically. Unfortunately. Even if you are just a quiet kid, that don't bother nobody or anything like that, people will still find a way to bother you, to think that they're bothering you. I will say that. People will be more consumed and spend more time worrying about you and your life and what you got going on instead of being focused on them, their life, what they got going on, what they supposed to be focused on. Right? So, yeah, the evolutionary change coach is out here changing lives, baby. And that's what we about, especially for the next 4 years. You definitely need to be worried about just you nowadays. As you've been seeing, where everybody been saying you need to decenter from men or people placing things that are distractions. You need to, pull back from that and let's focus on you, your life, your kids, or whatever your home circle situation is. That's what need to be focused on. Not everything else, everybody else, they problem, that problem. No, if it don't concern you and it actually isn't affecting you, you ain't even gotta worry about it. You don't even gotta worry about it. So, get in with your girl, y'all. Get in with your girl. And I want to say this is the best time to start. Even though this is Thanksgiving month, this is big back season right now, and everybody is going to be, getting together for the family, for the family dinner and things like that. If you are anything like me and already started going through your healing journey, then already cut off so many people, then already did all of that stuff, you ain't even going to none of that anyway. Because you don't want to be around all that fake energy, all the animosity, the dirty looks, the this, the that. You don't want all that. You don't got time for all that because you done already made your peace with it and you already happy and peacefully and whatever. You going to make your own situation work and do what it do for you. And that's all that matters. So, I will see you guys. Thanks for watching.